Ayo, ayo, ayo. It's your boy Sherlock back again with you today for another video. Today we're going to be discussing the latest One Piece chapter, chapter 1055, titled New Age. And today we have a special guest here to help us with the intro. Can you give a warm round of applause to commemorate the return of Black Clover? We got the Doggo King himself, Mr. Asta, helping us with the intro today. Asta, say hello. Say hello. And if you would like to help me in my very, very cute and very, very energetic doggo, Asta, in our quest to be the best, then please, please, please drop a like, comment below the video, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the bell for notifications so you know when we're dropping these amazing videos. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's hop straight into the video. We start off the chapter first with just the cover page. The cover of Jump looks like. We have Shanks and Luffy. It's more film red promotion. The movie is coming out, I think, within like a week now. The movie should be out. So we got Shanks, we got Luffy, and then we got the quote, "The one Shanks guides," which is an interesting quote. It still leaves so much mystery with Shanks. After this chapter, I do not believe Shanks is evil, but it still leaves some mystery to him. It still leaves the question of, why is Shanks guiding Luffy to this place? Was Luffy always destined to be guided to wherever Shanks is trying to guide him? Or is it the devil fruit that Shanks is trying to guide to this specific place? So I find that this cover is a little bit mysterious and a little bit interesting. Next, we can dive into some actual meat of the chapter. We get into the chapter's title, New Age. We pull up on Flower Capital. All the people are still partying their ass off. All the people are still living life up right now, as they should. After 20 years of absolute misery, I would be wasted off my ass too. So we got Momonosuke and the Scabbards facing off against Green Bull, the Admiral. We have Yamato kind of standing in the background right now because as we continue from last chapter, Momonosuke is telling her not to get involved. In which I was kind of on board with last week, theorizing that Momonosuke doesn't want Yamato involved because he wants to be able to protect his own country. This is something that he's going to have to do the rest of his life, as long as he's the shogunate. He has to be able to protect his own country and not have it just be protected because it's under the flag of someone else. And I completely agree and love this moment. But we have Momonosuke. He's having a hard time against Green Bull, rightfully so. We have Raizo and the rest of the Scabbards fighting, cutting weeds, whacking weeds. Have Raizo unleashing his scroll jutsu and releasing a fireball. I didn't know in the live reaction whether it was a Kaido contained attack from maybe when he bounced it back at Kaido, or if this is just fire he picked up somewhere or what. But it's a fire attack, which we've wanted to see happen against Green Bull, especially since last week being confirmed that he is in fact a nature force Logia user, so he should be weak against fire. We find out though that he has something called Fireproof Forest, which in my live reaction I said is an absolute butt pull. Ass pool, whatever you want to call it. Because where in real life does there exist a fireproof forest? And I know One Piece doesn't always connect to real life, but we haven't seen a fireproof forest in the world of One Piece either. So that kind of confuses me. I wish Oda would have done a better explanation for why exactly he's fireproof. Is he using hockey, or what ability makes a forest, grass, plants fireproof? So I wish he would have explained a little bit better on those terms. But we got Raizo trying to burn him down. Green Bull basically just flexes that shit off. Bye bye. He attacks the rest of the scabbards, kind of gets them down, and Nekomamushi is just like, okay, yeah, we need to do some weed whacking here. Which is funny when we get later in the chapter and we do a little bit of weed whacking. Green Bull then attacks Raizo with his big, thick root. Attack that he used to kill, well, maybe not kill. I don't know what he did with them. Either kill or injure both king and queen. He essentially uses a big giant root of his to penetrate Raizo and suck the life out of him. Pause. Whoa, pause. Major pause. You know what I mean. Next, we transition to under the castle basement in Sukiyaki's secret basement room, and even further below to where we found out Trafalgar D. Waterlaw is on the case and has sniffed out both Nico Robin and Kozuki Sukiyaki to find out the hidden past of everything. He is following the will of his mentor Corazon, who inspired him to look for the meaning of the mighty D. What makes the D so important? What makes the D so mighty? What makes everyone want to find out about the D? I did that again, bro. Crazy. So anyway, we have Kozuki Sukiyaki, we have Nico Robin, we have Trafalgar D. Waterlaw traveling and making their way down the staircase. They notice mold, and then Law and Robin also notice that it's taking a while to get to where they're going. Law asks, how long is this passageway? How long does this go down? And Sukiyaki responds in the weirdest, funniest way. He says, a few hundred years down, which is crazy. That got my wheels to turning. That got me thinking, what does he mean by a few hundred years? Is he talking 200, 300, 400, 500? What's a few? And so we get to a point to where we get to a little square tunnel view to where there's a little glass square to where you can look out. He comments that they're below sea level and that they're able to see everything out in the ocean. Nico Robin and Trafalgar D. Law look out of the glass panel and they see a whole lost city with the same architecture as Wano. Sukiyaki reveals that this is Wano from 800 years ago, which is very, very, very significant. This tells us that this was the land of Wano post Void Century. And it explains what happened to this ancient city of Wano after the Void Century. So we have to where he says the walls surrounding Wano were erected, built up to keep the outside out for whatever reason. We will find that out later, I'm hoping. For whatever reason, I'm guessing it's to keep the 20 kings away from them, to lock away Pluton, and to lock away the secrets of the ancient kingdom in the ancient world, to protect for the day when Joy Boy shall arise and come back and upturn the world. So, we have the story of the demise of Wano, the original Wano. Basically, because of the walls that they erected to close themselves in, every time it rained, it was like a soup bowl. And it just filled with water gradually. And they eventually flooded every part of ancient Wano out. And everybody had to abandon their home and move up higher on the volcano. It says in the TCB translation that settlers settled on a certain point where the current Wano is and started building land. Which, when they say settlers, that makes me curious. Do you mean people outside of the land of Wano came and settled? Or is it the people that abandoned their homes from the bottom and came up to settle on the top of Wano? Which, it makes me very curious. Are the people that live in Wano now, have they always been the people that have lived in Wano? Or is it some type of thing to where it's mixed with outside people, and then there's a certain true people that descend from the true ancestors of Wano? After this, we transition to the location of Kaido's or the country of Wano's road load poneglyph that we've been looking for. It is below the basement, very, very far down, close to the base of Mount Fuji, a little bit above. Sukiyaki references that if you kept trekking down, that you would eventually reach Pluton. He said he's never seen it, nor does it make it seem like he is able to see it or anyone is able to see it currently, unless you actively destroy the walls of Wano. Physically, literally destroy the borders of Wano, which would greatly decrease the defense of Wano by destroying its main protection, which is its borders, making it hard to get to Wano in the beginning, especially in a time where Wano is now weakened, both in its economy, being able to protect itself by its leader, his shogunate, his retainers. It's just not a good time to open the borders. So we find out that Momonosuke made an excellent decision to do what he did and just not open up the borders right now. It will be time to open up the borders when it's time, but this exact moment I don't believe was the right time. They're waiting on something. That is obvious. Oda has made that ridiculously clear that I believe the One Piece is time-based. I believe the upheaval and the upturn of the world is very time-based, and the moment is coming. It's just not at this exact moment. Pluton will be unleashed. The rest of the ancient weapons will be unleashed. Wano will be opened and the wall will be destroyed, but not currently. And I think it's foreshadowed chapters back, when the volcano exploded and Big Mom and Kaido crashed into the magma. It showed cracks in the volcano, in the surface of Wano and its borders, which I think is very much predicting that soon, I don't know, within a few chapters, a few 50 chapters or what, the Wano borders will collapse, whether they want to or not. And I believe this also proves that Pluton is in fact not a living person like I was thinking before. It's not like Shirahoshi, where they control a certain like Land King or dragons or something like that. It seems that Pluton is actually gonna be some type of weapon, some type of ship that can be unlocked and used to basically, like they say, destroy islands. The way Wano's set up, the way the walls were erected, if they're man-made, I'll have to go back and reread and really like dig into that one. Maybe we'll find out in the next chapters. They really were man-made. Those giant walls as big as Mount Fuji almost. They really were erected man-made. How? And the answer in this can lie in Pluton. Pluton may be, in my opinion, some type of like earth manipulating, almost like an earth bending ship of some sort. Something that manipulates drill, something like that. Something that manipulates the earth and allows you to basically control the land in a way, which is why it can sink and destroy islands in basically a single shot, is I think what they said. It's an island annihilator, basically. So I believe it's able to manipulate the earth. And that's why Wano was able to be protected and encased in its border. And they were able to end up protecting Pluton, even though this ended up leading to the downfall of their country for the most part. Next, we transition back to the Flower Capital, where Momonosuke and the Scabbards are still facing off against Green Bull. Here, Oda really uses the words of Momonosuke and Green Bull to ensure us and ensure the people around Momonosuke that he cares about, that he is in fact ready to lead this country into a new age. He is strong enough to protect his country, and most importantly, he has the mental capacity now to protect this country. The maturing that is put on demonstration here by Eiichiro Oda of Momonosuke is honestly amazing. To think back where Momonosuke came from when he was back in Punk Hazard, his mentality, just the way he went about things was very childlike. You could tell it was a child trying to be an adult. You could tell that he didn't quite fit the build of the man he was trying to get us to perceived that he was. And now all I get from Momonosuke is exuding. You can tell that he is still a little timid, but he doesn't care. He's going to try anyway. You can tell that he knows Green Bull is powerful, but he's going to try to protect his country anyway, because he doesn't want to send Yamato off on any kind of sad note, on any kind of worrying about if Wano will be fine if she leaves. He doesn't want Luffy to be worrying that if he leaves to finish his adventure, that Momonosuke might get attacked, Wano might be in danger. He wants everyone to be able to believe in him, be proud of him, know that he is the true shogun of Wano, and that he will protect Wano until the day he dies. And this is honestly my favorite part of the chapter. We had the Pluton stuff. It was big. I love me some world building, and that was huge on world building. But to see Momonosuke come from a point to where I really didn't enjoy the character too much, because he was kind of annoying. He was the child. He really used that, and he was a crybaby at points. And he's still slightly a crybaby, but he tries. And he's always tried, but you could just tell that there was a mental shift in his mind, and now he is ready to assume that role. He still has miles and miles to go, but the kilometers and miles that he has crossed has been absolutely phenomenal to watch. And I'm so proud of Momonosuke. And we see another big point in his development here. We see Momonosuke for the first time be able to use the blast breath. He, out of just almost sheer desperation to prove that he's the man and he's the person that's supposed to lead Wano into the future, he is able to conjure up the blast breath. It's not a puff this time. No. Momo's not puffing on that poof pack no more. We know poof, none of that. Kozuki Momonosuke is now puffing on that Green Bull pack. He clipping them weeds. We finally got the weed whacker, and we are now smoking on that Green Bull pack. He smoked on that Green Bull pack by blasting multiple blast breaths his way. His aim's a little bit off. According to Yamato, he's blasting everywhere. His aim's a little off, but he is able to do it now. He put Green Bull in a pack and lit him up. And we see that Momonosuke's fires are a little bit stronger, and Green Bull is feeling it. But he is able to sprout up in a seed and basically recreate himself, like, of course, Logias do. And that takes us to where he's about to retaliate. As soon as he's about to retaliate, we see lightning bolts just light up the sky. And then we pan to Green Bull, and he recognizes the Haki. He says, "The red hair pirates, they're here?" I didn't try to pick a fight with y'all. I wasn't trying to bite off this. I'm just trying to pick on these little rookies over here. You know, I ain't trying to mess with the big cheese, dog. I ain't trying to mess with the big cheese. So he basically craps his pants and takes the heck off, bro. And then we pan to Shanks, and Shanks is just standing there. His crew's like, whoa, Shanks, the rookies can't take this. The rookies can't take this. Like, they can't stand up to your Haki, bro. You can't just be turning that stuff on all at once. That's crazy. And then Shanks is like, okay, I mean, I'm not going to hate on you, but why you picking on these worn out rookies right now? Why you picking on those worn out rookies when you got me here? I can flex on you a little bit if you want to fight. Are you that scared of the new age? Which hints the title and maybe some promo to film Red. Before he makes that statement, we see him flashback to Luffy as a kid, Momonosuke as a kid, Hiyori as a kid. And what I'm seeing many people are saying could be Uta reaching out to him in a silhouette with her iconic hair loop thing. Maybe. But regardless, we get to the end of the chapter where we see Frankie, Brooke, Chopper, Hiyori, Otoko. They're all still partying in the Flower Capital. And then we get our 4 current strongest people in the crew. our 4 leaders. We have our captain, Monkey D. Luffy. Our vice captain, Roronoa Zoro. We got Vinsmoke Sanji. And then we got the new helmsman, Jinbei. And they just sitting there chilling. As we have been guessing, Luffy should be able to feel this. Sanji should be able to feel this with their observation hawk. And as we see, Zoro and Jinbei can do the same thing. And they know that Green Bull is there. And they're there, ready to help if they need. But they want Momonosuke to show them that he's able to do it. They want Momonosuke to accomplish his determined goals. They can feel his determination. And we have Luffy just like laughing like, okay, he's gone. Zoro's like, check Momo out. And then Jinbei's like, okay, did y'all feel that crazy hockey? Sanji's like, who is that? And then we get our last little page of just Luffy just having a good little time, just laughing. And he was like, a face popped into my head, which this scene right here completely wiped out the notion in my head that Shanks will be evil, because I can't see Oda doing that. I can't see Oda going sideways after seeing such a genuine smile there from Luffy. Such a genuine smile. To see that Shanks is genuinely guiding his pupil, even though he's doing it in a mysterious, sometimes seems underhanded, slightly way. We just don't know in the context of the story. But I just can't see him being evil and betraying the trust he has in Luffy. I feel like this bond is too important to Luffy, to Shanks, and most importantly, I feel like this bond is too important to Oda. So I can't see it. But this chapter was amazing. Again, I would probably put this chapter to probably where I put last week's chapter. 9 out of 10, amazing chapter. Middle of it was filled with so much great world building and setup for future chapters. End of it was my favorite part. I love the Momonosuke thing. I love the Shanks flex. I love Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei, Sanji just sitting there laughing, having a good time, enjoying themselves. And I can just feel that Oda is really propelling us to the end of the story. I'm so excited. Like I say every week, I'm so excited. I love One Piece, and I just can't get enough of it. But I'll see y'all again next week. Don't forget to like the video, comment below with y'all's opinions. What do y'all think of Green Bull? What do y'all think of him as a character and his introduction into the story? Do you think Shanks is evil? Do you think Shanks is going to meet Luffy again? Anything y'all want to talk about, give me y'all's ratings below in the comments as well. Also, hit that bell, hit the subscribe button so y'all get further injections of content. See ya!